This is Colin O'Keefe for LXBN TV, and today we are discussing Facebook and divorce and where those two subjects intersect. Joining me today is Boston family law attorney Nancy Van Tine. She is with Burns and Levinson and author on the Massachusetts Divorce Law Monitor. Nancy, in your experience as a family law lawyer, how much do you see Facebook and actions on there playing a major role in causing divorces?
Well, I think you can't underestimate how easy Facebook has made it for people to connect with someone with whom they may be likely to cheat. A lot of people may have the inclination or may not even realize they have the inclination, but Facebook connects them with the road not taken, with people in their past that they might otherwise never connect with. And I think that's pretty significant in the choices that people end up making. I don't think people make the choice to cheat clearly as they begin going down the path that's going to put them in the point of no return. I think it starts kind of simply, and Facebook is one of those places.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you never know. I mean, a high school sweetheart, what have you, it's not somebody setting out to do something, but it's just it comes up, then all of a sudden things progress. But yeah, it's an odd thing. And then second, how much is Facebook and the discovery of information on there used in the actual, divorce litigation and settlement process? Do you see that a lot, where you're going into people's Facebook accounts to try to find out what was going on and that type of thing?
Well, often we see it because the spouse has found out because someone has seen the Facebook and has alerted him or her to it. It gets looked at by the lawyers all the time. I mean, I can't imagine that there's a divorce lawyer out there right now who doesn't, as a matter of course, ask someone, do they have access to the Facebook pages? It's used, it can play in also when you're trying to value businesses. Because often people say a wife has a home business doing bead jewelry. If you check into Facebook or how many followers she has on Twitter, or even does she have a Pinterest page, all of that is useful in terms of determining money. Mostly, though, Facebook is the beginning. It's not necessarily the end of the process.
Yeah,
it's how the cheating happens. It's how the spouse finds out. But in the bitter end, most courts don't really care whether or not somebody cheated. So it doesn't end up necessarily being information in the court.
I see. And then finally, what's your advice for married couples on how they can maintain, accounts on social media platforms, but still, avoid the pitfalls that come with it? I know there's, a lot of suspicion and people will get jealous of things that are going on there. But what's your advice for couples on how to avoid kind of the drama that comes with it?
Well, I would think one of the first things, if you're going to be on Facebook, you better make sure you friend your spouse and you're both aware of what's going on with both of you. Second, and this sounds like kind of the advice your mother gave you, but don't cheat. Now, if you're to take that further into the advice my grandmother gave me, is if you're going to do something bad, for God's sakes, don't put it in writing.
Yeah, exactly. It can cause a lot of problems. It's just one of those things. I mean, Facebook is almost like this other level that we live our lives on. It's like, oh, you're friends? Oh, you're in a relationship? Are you friends and in a relationship on Facebook? It's just so interesting to watch nowadays, and you see it, in marriages, and you see it with divorces and that type of thing. So it's interesting to watch.
Well, and it's absolutely amazing to me, as someone who took to heart my grandmother's words about, if you don't want to see it on the front page of the newspaper, don't put it in writing.
Yeah.
Kinds of stuff that people put out there and online. If you're cheating on your wife and you're saying you don't have any money, don't put up Facebook pictures of your nice trip to Aruba with a bombshell.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where you see people get caught and they do the dumbest things. It's like, why don't you don't do that stuff? Like, it's just common sense.
But I think people have an expectation of privacy that really truly isn't there.
Exactly.
I think
That's the biggest thing.
there really are 6 degrees of separation. Everybody's got a friend who's friended a friend, and
yeah, exactly. It's just so easy, and those types of things happen so quickly, and you see it constantly. I've seen it happen before with the Facebook and divorce, so it's crazy to watch. Well, once again, that was Nancy Van Tine of Burns and Levinson and the Massachusetts Divorce Law Monitor. For more family law commentary, be sure to check out her publication. It is at MassachusettsDivorceLawMonitor.com, and of course, for family law insight and commentary from across the network, be sure to check out LXBN.lexblog.com. Thank you, Nancy.
thank you, Colin. It was fun.